Okay, this is a quick video to show you the real common workflow of what you should expect for a number of different types of users in ATR. Okay, so you really end up having about three types of users: the state or the grantee administrators, the case management agencies, and then the actual service provider agencies. This document is in the packet of papers that's on your, or the documents that's on your USB key, but I wanted to kind of walk you through this. This is the real common use, the most common functions of what a state administrator is going to do is to, number one, create agencies, set up some user accounts, describe what services are going to be available in your state, build agreements or contracts with all your providers, set the rates for those services, and then decide about role assignments. So that sounds pretty involved. That's our job, is to make that easy for you. We're going to walk you through this every step of the way. You're also going to, as the grant rolls out, you're going to have a number of tools that you've seen in some other videos. You're going to have a number of tools available to you for managing and monitoring your burn rates, your fund management. You've got a lot of control over how money is distributed and how much is really available to providers at any time. The other final piece that the state gets involved in is monitoring the adjudication of claims, and then being able to send invoice invoice files out to state comptroller software. You'll see these buckets here called SACE. SACE is a name for the federal system that captures data from every one of the ATR grantees. There's a number of points of the system where we do automatically send every night and upload up to the feds. One of them is the voucher transactions here. Okay, the next most common use of the system here, this is the case management agency workflow. And really, we're going to walk through what happens in real life with a client as they walk through the door. What needs to happen when they walk in is that the client's information, their demographic information, is captured, their intake is done. Next step has to be to get a GIPRA intake done. Before you can create a voucher, before you can do a referral, got to do an intake GIPRA assessment. Once that's finished, that data is going to be uploaded to SACE as well. And following that, you're going to have the service summary screen presented to the client, where they're going to make a decision about which provider they want to go to within the state. So that's the client choice piece. Once the client decides, you're going to create a referral with a voucher for that provider, for that client. You're going to send a referral, literally electronically send a referral with a voucher over to the service provider that the client chose. They're going to walk in the door, hopefully. Then this provider is going to decide should they accept the referral based on capacity and other decisions, and also should they accept the voucher. Assuming they do, that voucher information is then uploaded to SACE every night, and what the majority of the work that the service provider does is to create encounters for that client. Okay, the rest of the work that the case management agency has to do is they're responsible. Typically, this is customizable, but typically in states they're responsible for the GIPRA follow-up and the GIPRA discharge. Okay, they're also obviously going to need to create a voucher for themselves to do this case management service and also to perform these GIPRAs. Okay, all the billing is typically automated. Once you release encounters to billing, in both cases these guys are creating encounters, releasing them to billing. Those claims are then batched together, typically on a monthly basis, that are all then generated into an invoice file that shows the state or the grantee how much money each provider is billing per month. And so all of this data at key points in the process here, there's three specific uploads that go to SACE. You've got voucher transactions, you've got GIPRA records going up, and you've got actual voucher information uploads going to SACE. So we've done this a number of times. In ATR 1 back in 2004, we did this with 3 states. In ATR 2, which started in 2007, we've done this with 8 grantees. And so this is going to be, this turns out to be the encouraged model that CSAT and SAMHSA are looking for in ATR 3 as well.